It's a Thursday night Intense League showdown in Atlanta, Georgia, where we're getting into the full swing of things in Week 4. Inferno versus Outriders are getting ready to take center stage in this fast-paced, high-energy format. And after last night's results, we got another big Eastern Conference matchup coming up. The Fortune and the Freeze, tied in first place, 3-1. Inferno are trying to get there, but the Outriders, after 2 close losses, they feel like they can take on the Inferno and get a little bit closer and put themselves in the playoff position. I'm Jay Wyabona, Maria Mateus. And Maria, we've been watching these teams not just get used to these rules, but really start to take advantage of them and get better.
We have, and what I'm seeing really make or break a team is faults. That one serve rule, the top 3 teams in the league overall are the best serving teams, and that really shows the importance of just making that one serve, as well as coaches using that substitution, using timeouts, trying to figure out how to manage momentum shifts.
And manage their lineups, right, in this true team format. When these players come in, you got singles, doubles, mixed doubles, and different players fit in different times. And as we look at the Outriders versus the Inferno, Outriders 2 close losses, but the Inferno, they're really doing a lot better.
After a rough first arc, they've won 2 in a row now, and they must have a lot of confidence coming into this. They're very high risk, high reward. They'll hit a lot of faults, but a lot of clean winners as well. And when you have someone like Uswe Kanata and Jamie Connell on your team, you're in a good spot. They've been really holding up the team. Uswe with her movement and her finesse and her fire, as well as Jamie Connell using that big serve. Especially in the doubles, too. He's just been all over that net. He's been hitting huge balls, getting those 2-pointers, making a huge difference for his team.
Yeah, they're 2-1, and Outriders 1-2, but they have some pieces that they're happy with.
Yeah, they've been a little bit better in singles than in doubles. They have a very low fault rate, but also low winner rate. Sofia Cabezas has put the most points up. She's 2nd best in the league overall. And just the way that she uses her hands and moves into the court and is able to use that pace is really good.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to see who's going to step up for each of their teams. On the other side of this break, we'll find out if the Outriders can rein in the Red Heart Inferno.
Welcome to Intense Arena
at the beautiful Assembly Studios.
It's time for you
to experience the greatness that is Intense.
But first things first.
Forget everything you know about regular tennis.
Because Intense is built different.
Faster pace,
bigger energy,
with teams battling it out from start to finish.
You want to know the rules?
Well, we got your rules right here.
So let's break it down for you.
To start, every team has 8 pros.
4 men,
4 women, and a coach leading the charge. An Intense match is called an arc, and you can think of it like one giant team showdown.
Every arc is made up of 10-minute periods called bolts.
And there are 7 bolts in every arc.
Each arc has bolts of men's singles, women's singles, doubles, and mixed doubles.
All stacked together in one running team score. So even if one bolt ends,
the pressure doesn't.
Every point carries over until the final buzzer.
Now for the serving rules.
That's where things get wild.
1 toss, 1 serve, miss it, and the point's gone.
There's also a 14-second shot clock between points, and play is at the server's pace.
So turn your back, you might get burned.
No waiting around, no resetting the vibe, and yes, we do play less.
The only thing that can slow the pace down are the timeouts.
And there are rolling substitutions. So if a player needs to catch their breath,
or if a coach wants to change up the strategy, there are substitutions.
Scoring is simple. You win a rally, that's 1 point.
Blast the clean winner, that's 2 points.
the scores from every bolt are added up along the way.
And the team with the highest score at the end of the last bolt wins the arc and the cash.
And now the most important part of Intense, you, the super loud fans. You will never get shushed.
First of all, that's rude.
That's rude.
That's rude.
Second of all,
We want you to act like actual sports fans.
and we want all the volume when it comes to supporting your favorite team, like Ridge,
The Outriders. Like the altitude. Like the smash.
Like the rips.
Fortune.
Freeze,
Inferno.
stink.
Like Team Rise.
Or if you want to cheer against your rivals,
We're here for it.
Bring it on.
So now you know the Intense rules.
Inferno versus Outriders in the Intense Arena. Both teams just finishing huddling up before they get ready to go here tonight. And Maria, let's take a look at that Outriders roster.
Amy O'Connell has quite the lineup. She has Sofia Cabezas, who's just been so strong so far in the league. Zoe Hammond and Brandy Walker, they really have been at the bottom of the league, and if they can pick it up and help Sofia Cabezas, that's going to make a huge difference. Corey Craig, tricky lefty, he has had 0 faults. He's going to get some good tennis in tonight, I bet. And for Inferno, Jim Harp, also quite the star-studded lineup, but way too many faults in this team. Blue Baker has a 43% fault rate. Naomi Chong has a 35% fault rate. If they can pick that up, Uswe and Jamie Connell, they have their backs. They've been playing big-time tennis. They've been keeping them afloat. And I hope that everyone can raise their levels and bring some good tennis tonight.
And with Jasmine McCoy courtside, a third member of our team is with Coach Jim Harp right now.
Yes, Coach Jim Harp, I have to say your team gave Team Fortune their first loss of the season just days ago. How have you planned on keeping that momentum here today?
Yeah, no, we've had some really good practices. The players are ready for it. They're all professionals. They know what's expected. They know what they've got to do tonight. And we had a great week preparing. They're very together.
And I have to say, your team was jumping around in the huddle. What were you saying to them?
You know, I just trust them, and they trust me. There's a lot of camaraderie. We're just really on the same page with everything, and that mutual trust is really contagious. And then Ryan brings us up, hypes us up every week for this.
And you talk about hyping people up. I mean, your tie and your fit, you look great. Are you hoping your team will be playing just as sharp?
Playing what?
Just as sharp as your outfit.
Oh, heck yeah. Much better than this outfit. I got more coming.
Oh, I can't wait to see. Back to you, JY Maria.
Thank you, Jim and Jasmine. Let's send it down to the court with Mel Burgess for the coin toss.
Our umpire for tonight's mark is Mel Burgess.
Welcome to Intense, everybody. Tonight we have the host team, Inferno, against the away team, the Outriders. Outriders, you're the host, you have the call. This is tails, heads, heads, tails, your choice.
Heads, please.
Heads, please. It is tails. Third, Inferno will serve.
And it's showtime. Inferno versus the Outriders. Jamie Connell, second round pick, but getting the first start tonight for the Inferno. On the other side of the court, Zhao Xiaolin, also their second round pick, has been put in as their trusty, reliable starter. The first of two 10-minute men's singles bowls, women's singles to follow, and then all three doubles formats as well. You win 1 point, it counts as 1 point, and you hit a clean winner, counts as 2.
And Jamie Connell has just been playing outstanding tennis, minus that first fault that we just saw. He's been playing great. He's put so many points up for his team, whereas Zhao Xiaolin started out incredibly well, but he was -5 overall last arc. I hope he's going to bring in those mistakes a little bit and just play like he did at the beginning of the season. And we see a little bit of a tight Connell starting out here.
Yeah, I mean, he has no reason to be. He's been playing better and better each week. And we see a tight little shoulder there with our one serve, one toss rule. You miss that, go to the point of the other team. And if you win the point, you serve. So Zhao Xiaolin serving up 2-0 as Connell, well, that's one way to be able to express our rules and share with the fans. He hit a clean winner. There's 2, all tied up after that.
And especially for Team Inferno, they've put so many +2s up on the board, but they have kind of evened themselves out by just making a lot of mistakes too. They play with a lot of risk. They get quite a bit of reward, but that's tricky territory to be in, JY.
Yeah, the Outriders have been very close in all 3 of their arcs. They did win 1 of them, so they know if they're a little bit sharper, they're just as good as all the other teams, but they do need to put it together. The Inferno, on the other hand, have been getting better every single week, and so they are as confident as can be as they have Jamie Connell ready to get things going. Big kick serve up to the Connell backhand, can't get it to drop. 5-2 for the Outriders.
And Jamie Connell has a loopy forehand, and he uses that lefty cross-court angle very well to set himself up and step into that flat backhand. He's spraying a few right now because Xiaolin is hitting it nice and high on that backhand. It's very hard to flatten it out from above the shoulder.
Yeah, definitely one of the more nervy starts from Connell as Xiaolin is going to look to take advantage. Going to serve and volley, tries to go back behind him, a little bit risky when they had that 4-point lead. Unforced error, Connell to serve down 3. There's that good deep backhand that Connell usually likes to drive. Steps inside the court. There's that redirect down the line where a lot of players like to go to Connell there, even though it's uncomfortable. He struggles to hit the winners off the ground. It's the backhand side where he really just takes flight.
Zhao Xiaolin has such a heavy forehand. Ooh, and right play there. If he could have gotten a little bit more loop, I think he decided a little bit late he wanted to hit that drop shot, but awesome move.
Good kick serve out wide to set up the backhand down the line. Off the net twice. Unfortunately, did not go over this time. Good heavy forehand to the Xiaolin backhand. Good redirect to set up the forehand inside out. Does not come forward, but stays inside the court. Post called, just long. 8-4 Outriders.
One thing about Jamie Connell is he does use that angle really well on the forehand side, but sometimes he lets his ball drop a little bit short in the middle of the court. And I'd like to see Joao Xiaolin really take a step and just step in and put pressure on that forehand of Jamie Connell.
Great deep backhand, but there comes the forehand, just spins it. Good aggressive backhand down the line, and that was one of the things that we noticed in this previous arc. It's just Xiaolin spinning his shots a little bit more than normal the first 2 weeks. He was letting them go a little bit more and just trusting it and unloading on his power. And he was accelerating, but with so much spin that he wasn't getting the reward. And there were a lot of times where he felt like he wasn't in an offensive position, but didn't get the reward. The ball would come back. He would lose some of them, but it was just too much spin. He wasn't going through the court enough and flattening it out.
It's so important to find a good balance of, okay, I want to make a lot of balls, but at the same time, I want to be aggressive to put myself in that position to get an easy two-pointer, and that's exactly what we're looking for. Him just being a little bit more free because he hasn't. He's an incredible player.
And one of the things that the Outriders have also been doing well is they're one of the best serving teams in the league, second best serve in percentage. As Connell's going to chip a backhand, looks like we're going to have a quick stoppage. Coach Jim Harper's going to call a timeout.
Hey, on me, come here. You're doing great. We're going to try to go right to that 4-minute mark, okay? Yeah. But if you need to come out, tell me. Otherwise, you're doing fine. You're right there. Yeah, you just got to get through it. You need to hit it more with more speed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hit, just commit.
Okay. Well, stay committed, but hey, down a little bit. Settle in a little bit, right? Breathe. Take this time, right? We called that right at the right time. We're fine. We're totally right where we need to be. Just nice and easy, okay? Let's be ready for this first one. All right, come on.
Let's go, Jamie! You know, like, that time was going.
Maria, there we heard, again, just a schedule of when players are going to be substituted in or out. As Coach Harp was mentioning to Connell, let's get to that 4-minute mark.
Jim Harp definitely has an idea of when he wants to use those substitutions. And something about him, too, is he really tactically thinks out his timeouts. And something that we'll notice tonight is he always calls timeouts right when the Outriders are about to serve. That is something for us to watch tonight.
Good aggressive forehand by Xiaolin there. You know, another thing as we come out of these timeouts that's been very interesting that we're starting to track in this league is the success of these coaches after their timeouts. And if you look at the first 10 points after Coach Jim Harp calls a timeout, his team is actually minus 10 on the season after those timeouts. And if you look on the other side of the court, Coach Jamie O'Connell, plus 14 in the first 10 points after a timeout. And right away, you see right here, Outriders picked up the first 2 points after the timeout. So you see the impact that coaches can have with the timeouts, but also the coaching they provide.
In my opinion, I think it's important to do a good balance of giving positive feedback, but also telling them something to work on and something to focus on. Because in this format, it's hard to really think. So just to have like 2 things at the forefront of your brain is so important. And for example, Jim Harp there, other than staying low, he kind of was just telling him like, okay, this is when we're going to substitute you and keep going.
Yeah, and now that's 5 points in a row for the Outriders since that timeout. Blue Baker has checked in, and Blue Baker, the first-round pick for the Inferno, just really been struggling this year. Last in the league when it comes to singles and the plus-minus category. Considering that's your first-round pick, we know it wants to do a lot better, but it's got to come up. It can't be Connell all the time.
And Corey Craig is now in for the Outriders, and I think this is a tactical matchup type of change because Blue Baker hits a big ball. Corey Craig is very crafty, and that's going to be very annoying for Blue Baker to go up against when he doesn't really want to be in rallies very long. Yeah,
Craig is just a ball machine. If he can put up some offense like that from Baker, then that's going to be great, but that's tough to maintain that level of play. That's how Craig beats players. He wears you down, makes you overhit, makes you get impatient. We'll see as he Blue Baker gets into those lungs throughout the match. It's a good heavy backhand by Craig. Just going deep middle, not giving Baker much of an opportunity to angle him off the court. Just straight down the center. No angle whatsoever for Baker to really try to play offense. He's going to have to play deep. That's the only way, though. Deep on the line. That's the only shot he can actually impact Craig from there. He can maintain that. It'll work, but it's not easy. That's
actually one of the best points we've seen Blue Baker play. He was very patient. He didn't go for way too much early on and force it. So if he can do more of that, I think he's going to be in a really good position.
Craig trying to maintain a little bit of a better court position on top of the baseline. Now we see 5 points in a row for the Inferno. Final 2 minutes of this first of 2 men's singles bowl. Outriders trying to maintain their ability to be in the playoff position. 1 and 2. A couple teams are ahead of them, but they need a win tonight.
We are in quite the nitty-gritty part of the season where it really does matter now. At the beginning, it was like, okay, everyone's kind of getting their feet under them. Now it's getting a little bit more important to win.
Yeah, good long point by Craig as he's going to get his serve going here. Up by 7. 1 serve, 1 toss, 1 fault. Point Inferno. And that's something that the Inferno are going to hope does not come in to plague Baker. Baker has a 43% fault rate when it comes to his serve. So when he gets the serve in, he actually does okay off the ground and can show his skills. But his serve has really let him down this season. Good heavy forehand by Craig to force the slice. Going to try to open him up one more time. And Baker's going to miss that backhand down the line. Under a minute here. 2 points in a row for the Outriders.
And unfortunately, due to that fault rate, it also puts his plus-minus really down low in the bottom of the league. And for a first-round pick, you want him to play a lot better than he has been.
Definitely seeing a much steadier Baker this time. Well, last year he came out with extra energy, but now this week, Craig steps inside the baseline and says, "Not big enough, buddy." Backhand winner.
What a shot by Craig. We don't really see that from him. We see him being just really steady and wearing out his opponent, but to be able to hit that ball and then you get a mistake because you panic on the other side of the net. You feel like, oh my goodness, I have to go for so much.
And Craig's just going to walk it to the sideline. Going to give a nice double-digit lead for the Outriders after this first men's singles bowl. They needed a big-time start considering they're 1 and 2, and this is the start that they've been looking for from Zhao Xiaolin and Corey Craig. Started off with Xiaolin with the volley winner and the consistency. We'll see who will come back out for them on the other side of the break. Welcome back inside the Intense Arena. Inferno versus Outriders just finished up the first men's singles bolt, and there you see the impact of the Intense format with singles and doubles. The Inferno have not been the best single starters, but then when it comes down to the doubles, that's when they really shine. You see the -5 to the +11 in doubles. Still not the favorite way for Coach Harp to get started. You know, right now they're down by 11. Jamie Connell going to get back in against Jiao Xiaolin. Things are a lot more fun when you're leading from the beginning.
They sure are. It's a great place to be when you don't feel like you constantly have to climb back up and just chase another team. At the same time, you need to know how to handle the lead, because here, especially with this format and the 2-pointers, it can get away from you very, very quickly.
Jiao Xiaolin on the far side to serve from Brazil. UTSA player let off the net +2. That's going to be an enjoyable start for the Outriders. One of the most decorated players in University of Texas San Antonio. Now quickly becoming one of the best players in the Intense League. Has some amazing moments, some beautiful luck as well with that let court that goes inside.
And we actually see him apologizing, which we really have not seen players do. If anything, we've seen players actually cheer for let courts.
Good heavy defense. He does a great job just finding his forehand, not letting Connell dictate play with that backhand. Forces the air into that corner. 25-11, the Outriders. Inferno are 2-1, but the Outriders, every time they step on the court, they keep it close. They know they can hang with anybody. Just need a little bit of help in the big moments. And with starts like this, it's certainly going to help.
They play very clean. There's no dramatic stat about them. It's just they're pretty even Steven. And I think that, in a way, can be a negative as well, because they kind of need something that really pushes them up just a little bit.
Off the let goes in. We play it. Connell forehand, backhand, cross court. Trying to step inside the line to get that backhand going, but just missed it. Inferno are looking for something that could have been the shot, but not just yet. Fault the other way. So rare fault for the Outriders. They are one of the best teams in the league, working their way down 16.9% of faults in the first week, 13.5, then 7. They do not give up a lot of free points like the Inferno do, who actually average over a quarter of their serves to be faults. So Outriders make everybody work.
And that's one thing, too, that we've talked about is how do you reduce those service mistakes? Because here you're allowed to hit underhand serves. You're allowed to hit quick serves. Unlike traditional tennis, it's not really looked down upon. You can totally do that stuff just to make that serve and get into the point.
Drop shot to bring Connell in, just off the top of the net. Point for Inferno. Big come on from Connell, just trying to force that energy, but now he's going to go up against his fellow Florida State alumni, Corey Craig, who this is going to be a tough out every time Corey's on the court. Lefty to lefty, so it's a different matchup for both. You do not often see this in tennis or in any other sport.
And we've seen just how insanely important it is for the teams to have great energy on the sidelines. Every single person on the court is just as important as the guy who's playing.
Big forehand from Craig, trying to step inside the baseline, drives the backhand down the line, approach goes long, 27-16. Craig going all the way back to use that heavy topspin. Neutralizes, gets in the point. The question for Craig will be, can he play that offense? Showed a little bit of it last week, but doesn't always pull it out. He looks very calm just to work the points right now.
And lefties playing lefties are very uncomfortable. They're so used to playing righties, that's actually their comfort zone. So for righties, when they play lefties, it's the same sentiment for a lefty playing a lefty. Wow.
And Connell, as he looks to the sideline, he is breathing hard after a couple long points. Looks to give the signal to Harp that, hey, maybe you want to put in Baker here. And that's what Corey Craig makes you do. makes you play into his game. Then you overhit like that off the net, and then Craig forces a backhand air. This is what happens when you play against Craig. He's going to take a seat. Baker's going to step in, got some fresh lungs and legs. Unforced error. Outriders still up by 12. 5 minutes remaining. 2 10-minute women's singles bolts coming up after with doubles to finish off the night. Good serve out wide. Backhand return cross court. Baker gets there, so does Craig. Point Outriders.
And the great thing about the Outriders, starting out with the league, actually I think every single arc so far, is Amy O'Connell doesn't have to use her timeouts. Speaking of timeouts, we have another icy one right when the toss came up from Jim Harp.
All right, let's think about what we got to do here, okay? I want to play you for a minute. I want to throw Ryan at him for a little while. Why don't we sub this out real quick? I want to see how Ryan does against him for a minute. See if he's the special sauce right now. Right? Now? Yeah, we're going to switch it out, but you be ready to go. All right? I'm going to look at your time, so tell me when you're ready too. Hey, you were nipping away at it. Okay?
The first one, then you can go for the pass. Okay. And then you see that matchup because you'll be probably going in while he's still in there, okay, depending on the time. Okay, great job.
Both coaches very calm, a little bit different than what we saw last night with Coach Fajeda and then Coach Hamburg.
Very, very calm. It might start getting more heated if it gets closer in score, but so far, Jim Harp wants to keep everything calm. Amy O'Connell doesn't really feel like she has much that she needs to say.
Ryan Gaskin, he's going to get his first action. I thought Baker was going to play a little bit more. Based on what I heard, something must have been said when we switched over. As Ryan Gaskin, he gets his first action. You know, Gaskin coming from England, he's got some great legs, great movement. Also, he's got some explosiveness, but it's going to take him a minute to get him going. This is a tough spot right now. Gaskin's first action of the night. Craig, he's warm, he's loose. And this is the matchup that we sometimes try to figure out with coaches, where they put in a cold player against a hot player and how much that hurts him.
JY, what is that racket that Gaskin has?
Well, that is a Bablata. He's going to come in, angle volley. Both of them at the net, +2 for the Outriders.
You have tape on
He does, it's red tape. Yeah, he put on some red tape up there. He loves that blue Bablite, does not want to switch from it. He's going to do everything to try to protect it. Couldn't protect from that passing shot winner by Craig. And Craig's on fire from the passing shots.
And Craig just feels so comfortable finding those tiny, small angles and just flick of the wrist. Look at that. That is just world class. So good from Corey Craig.
And Baker back in for Gaskin. Don't think Gaskin did much wrong. I think Craig just doing an incredible job with his passing shots. Baker serve out wide to Craig, tries to step inside a drop shot. We're going to be an invitation to the net. Can he pass him? Goes right at him, but Craig misses that volley. Shilene is going to be in for Craig. Good performance by Craig, and Shilene's now going to try to finish off this final men's singles bowl.
And I'm curious to see if we get Jamie Connell back in. He's got a few more minutes on the clock.
Good forehand inside out by Craig, the fist pump. One of the better, more composed points we've seen of the night from Baker. Let's see if he can turn it into a good run of points.
A lot more change of pace tonight from Baker than we've seen.
Forehand inside out, it's going to be +2. Harp really wanted that to be out, but Hawkeye Electronic Line Calling says no, sir. +2 Outriders, they're up by 18. There's that big forehand return. 2 points right back.
Sheesh.
Big serve, feeling confident, and even bigger come on. 38-23.
And that's the thing about Blue Baker. If he can get on a roll with the game that he has and the serve that he has, he can be extremely dominant.
Good coming in. Passing shot winner. Xiaolin says, how do you like that? Good body backhand serve versus the return error. Under a minute and a half. To start the Outriders have needed. They've played so many close arcs. They've needed a big lead somewhere so they can get into doubles with a little bit more of a comfortable format. Off the line, backhand down the line, +2 once again. Baker's gonna go to the seat. Connell's gonna be in. Baker wanted that call to be out, but no.
Interesting.
I mean, that's a really difficult call to try to force from the sideline over there. I mean, that was in the far corner. I mean, to sit there and complain about that.
He thought his own ball was out?
I think he thought his own ball was out, so he didn't even play the next one.
Interesting.
Usually you see players complaining about the ball being, like, out against them.
What about his foot faulting? His foot faulting like crazy.
That's too tough to call. I mean, to sit there from the side where Baker was at a point like that, I mean, it's really close. A large percentage of that ball looks to be out, but you only need even 1% to be in. Just got to play to the whistle at this point in time, especially against an Outriders team that's doing very well. To give up 2 points like that, not great for them right now. Collins going to try to make it up here.
Things do tend to feel a little bit more frustrating, though, and more things kind of bother you when you are down, so makes a little bit of sense that they fought that one.
Connell stepping inside the baseline and 2 right back, and that's what they were hoping for. 30 seconds remaining. Inferno down 18. Can they get this a little bit closer? Got to get to 3-1 to stay at the top of the standings. Big backhand comes in, volley down the line. Going to have an overhead opportunity, only +1, but the Inferno still love it. Going to try to go for the quick serve. Shalene's going to run over there. And then that's going to work out for the Inferno. He's going to try one more kick serve. Squeeze in all the final points. Good kick out wide. Xiaolin just gets their backhand down the line, touches it. Couple points in a row and a great turnaround for Connell to come in there after Baker. Maria, that's the end of men's singles both, but before we get to women's singles, what'd you think about that?
Well, Corey Craig and Josh Xiaolin just played so well. I mean, Xiaolin played the max time possible. He put 27 points up for his team, and Corey Craig really just helped him stay up there. Well, Inferno didn't play terrible, but I think Outriders were just too good.
Yeah, Outriders did really good, but that's some great momentum there from the Outriders to pick up some great tennis in that last minute. Shows why every single point counts, and the substitution there to take Baker out in that moment in time, and then to get Connell in there. And that's why you have Connell for those big moments. He's proved it time and time again why he deserves those minutes. And those points are going to be very important, as if not, I mean, it was going to be down almost by +20. You know, and on the other side of the court, with Inferno and the Outriders, you know, Zhao Xiaolin just really solid. You know, something that you mentioned earlier, Maria, which is how solid they are. And they make you earn it every single time. So Inferno had to really step it up. We'll see if they can maintain it. But let's go down to Jasmine with got Zhao right now.
Ciola, 27 points for your team. What were you seeing out there that gave you so much confidence?
To be honest, I didn't know I won that many points. I was just playing, just going point by point, trying to breathe because it's very humid here, and they're making me run a lot. So I was just going one by one, and luckily went my way.
And let's talk about you getting some breathers. Craig came in and gave you some good minutes. Can you talk about what it's like playing with him?
Yeah, they actually gave some timeouts that helped me a lot. I think they took 2. And then Craig coming in helped a lot too. But they just helped me on the sidelines there, giving me tips all the time, and we're helping each other mentally, and it's working well.
And your coach was saying something to you that made you laugh a little bit. I know you're out of breath. What was she saying?
Just like hang with them. They're going to give it to you. Just stay with them. They don't want as much as we want.
Perfect. Thank you. Good luck. JY?
Thank you, Jasmine. There, the hard work in Zhao Xiaolin, breathing hard there, helping his team have a nice lead as we get into women's singles both. Stay with us. We got some more singles action coming up.
dogs, you know, like give 100% every single point.
The key word that I would use is physicality.
Our team will compete as hard, if not harder, than any other team. That's number one.
My goal is to help provide greatness for them, whatever they choose to define it as. So I want to create only good hormones, you know, endorphin, dopamine, and I don't want to get any cortisol. There's the hormone of stress. I want only hormones of joy, of well-being. That's what we're going to do, and then we do the best.
It starts with me. I set the tone, and that's what I'm here to do. I set the tone, I set the culture. So winning, which this is professional tennis, we're out here to win. We're practicing to win, we're playing to win, and everything I'm going to be doing is about winning matches. However, to be successful, character and culture matter. We want to be great people accomplish great things on and off the court.
I want our team to be really physical. Intense is in a format where physicality is rewarded. Hitting a winner is worth 2, but just as valuable, chasing down a ball and avoiding the winner being hit on you avoids 2. That's what I'm expecting them to look like, really physical players.
One of my favorite parts about Intense is it rewards the risk a little bit more. What I'm going to be doing first, making sure everybody has fun, sees the advantages that are there with the 2-pointers, and make sure there's always an understanding of, I would much rather you take the shot if it's there than to just stay back and grind, because high risk, high reward is how this game is scored.
We're going to work out. We're going to be fit. We're going to test. We're going to run a pacer. We're going to run beep tests. We're going to lift. Everybody's got to get fit. Everybody's got to get in shape. Welcome back to Atlanta, Georgia, inside the Intense Arena, where Outriders have a 43-28 lead after both men's singles bolts. Both Outrider men that saw the court in positive territory. Now the women take the court for their 2 10-minute women's single sessions. Usue Arcanada on the near side, going to serve it up to Sofia Cabezas, the #2 overall female in the league right now. But Usue's been getting better and better every week.
She sure has, and Sofia has been consistently good, whereas Usue has been raising her level every single arc.
That neutralizing forehand, that's what Cabezas does so well. She's good, so good at neutralizing points, extending them. Just accept when she's on defense. That time, look, she thought she was on offense, went for a little bit more. But she's so disciplined when she's on defense or neutral. You don't see her risk anything unless she feels she's clearly in position.
And she just mixes up pace so well. We see her throwing one up. We see her slicing. She comes into the net. Very sneaky at the net, too. She's great. But Usue, if she can get power behind her ball and move in with her physicality, she's extremely dangerous.
And that was the difference last week. We saw an energy from her we haven't seen the entire season. If she can bring that into it, that's really going to propel her to a great night. Backhand long, Outriders maintain the 14-point lead. Zoe Hammond, Brandy Walker on the sideline. I think a big key for the Outriders with Sofia is, can one of those two put up a positive performance? Both of those players struggling, especially when it comes to the singles, towards the bottom of the lineup when it comes to, not bottom of the lineup, bottom of the leaderboard when it comes to plus minus in the entire league. They have moments of good tennis, but it's just too inconsistent right now. If one of those has a positive night for the Outriders, I think it's going to be very difficult for the Inferno.
I completely agree, and that's the thing. That's where it's just a little too close for their team, and they don't have any outstanding stat because one of their ladies is right at the top, whereas two of them are at the bottom. And if they can just climb up just a little bit and Cabezas can keep where she's at, whew, it's going to be very hard to beat them.
Argonauta neutralizing extremely well, but not able to take advantage of that offensive approach opportunity. Misses that, slice long. Under 8 minutes. Men's doubles, mixed doubles, women's doubles to finish it off tonight after these two 10-minute sessions. Cabezas was one of the rare faults for the Outrider team. There's some good offense by Argonauta, +2 the other way. Only down by 12 now.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. If she can take the ball extremely early and step into the net, it's going to be very, very hard to beat her because her timing is very good. The one thing that she does struggle with a little bit, especially in this format after talking to her too, is that one serve. But she's been doing a lot better, so we'll see.
Good backhand cross court. Oh, good hit, but just missed it wide. Would have set up a nice opportunity. Instead, it's a point for the Outriders.
Cabezas, not a lot of power on her ball. She just uses pace so, so well. And I think she heard me. She's definitely increased pace a little bit. Wow. Oh my goodness, that is just insane, Cabezas.
+2 for the Outriders. Probably not the easiest drop shot. I didn't even think she was in position for it, but she went for it. She trusted it. Behind the baseline, you don't see many drop shot winners from back there. She'll give 1 point back with the one serve, one toss rule. You win the point you serve here. Argonauta goes for the quick underhand serve, gets it in, inside out forehand, down the line, puts Cabezas on the run, but she is there and ready and already neutralized. Just so good going from defense to neutral and hanging in there.
And it is so hard to create pace off of that slower, more loopy slice that has backspin on it. Usui trying to take the ball a little bit early, but maybe rushing a little bit there.
I think she's calling, I don't know if she's calling for a little bit of a substitution or just saying in her mind that she's moving a little bit too fast. And this is the energy she brought. I think the thing with players against Cabezas is that they make you hit so many balls. It's the same thing we talked about with Corey Craig. They wear you down over time. And there is that substitution as Naomi Chong, University of Southern California, getting the second most minutes on that team on the female side, and then try to jump in and make up for some of the points that Argonauta. Right now they're down 17.
And Naomi has played really well off the ground. The one thing, though, that has kind of brought her team down is that service fault rate. She's at 35%, which is way too many. And I'd like to see her hit a few underhand serves because she just is really, really good off the ground.
Just a couple simple routine unforced errors. This is what Cabezas does. Absolutely rock solid right now. Steps inside, Cabezas neutralizes. Chung goes down the line, neutralizes one more time. Hitting off that back foot. Don't see a lot of players utilizing that slice as much, and it's just wonderful to see the dynamic that Cabezas brings.
Yeah, and you guys speak of Cabezas serving, and one thing she told me before the game was that a lot of people have been faulting trying to get double points so fast. Her thing is she's focused, she's not rushing, and she's just slowing it down.
We see a timeout by Jim Harp to try to regroup for the Inferno.
Don't execute it perfectly. That's fun, right? Great work right there. You're doing a great job of mixing it up while we have this lead and have this momentum, okay? Yes, I want to keep winning points and hopping back at it, but take your time to breathe. We can afford a few seconds there to go off the clock while we regroup and not wear ourselves out, okay? But keep doing exactly what you're doing, mixing it up,
So good.
changing it up. Great work. Great job, you guys. Let's go.
No, they're getting a ball from behind the fence.
Let's see how Inferno is going to do after this timeout. We mentioned earlier the stats from the Inferno and the Outriders and how the coaches have been having more success after timeouts. You know, Outriders are plus 14 in the first 10 points after timeouts this season. You know, the Inferno are minus 10, and they lost 5 in a row the last time they called their timeout in men's singles. We'll see if this can come out to be a little bit better. What do you think about Coach O'Connell's comments there and how to use that, the clock and the routine between points?
I think that's awesome, and I think a lot of the coaches see those timeouts just as momentum shifts, but that's not the only thing that they're used for. I feel like Amy O'Connell really just uses it as a moment to breathe, and her players do as well. We heard Joao Xiolin say, when Jim Harp was calling timeouts, actually it was helping the Outriders. It wasn't changing their momentum. It was helping them take a moment to breathe. So I like that tactic.
And what I also loved is what O'Connell said about, she addressed the clock and a lead, but rather than saying, hey, let's run clock because we have a lead and making a thing about winning, she gave them a routine. By doing that routine, you can now run some clock naturally and stay in a good mental state. So love the coaching there for O'Connell on that timeout, as Arconada is going to use the drop shot to bring Cabezas in. And I think that's a smart play from them. Get her out of that baseline where she is just so dominant and consistent. Bring her forward and make her succeed where she doesn't spend a lot of time.
And it really just goes hand in hand with what Jasmine was telling us about how Cabezas likes to slow down before the serve, and we see that is an influence of Amy O'Connell's coaching. Just telling them, hey, just slow down, take your time, no need to rush anything.
Good backhand cross court, +1 for the Inferno.
Zoe Hammond is now in. Someone that will want to be doing better tonight for sure.
Yeah, she's been struggling a bit, especially in singles. She's got that heavy lefty topspin. She has that kind of game style that just needs to work in a little bit. The score line might help her buy some time, work in some points, and create some awkward shots for Arconada. She can get them above the shoulder. That one dropped too low. Forced error for the Inferno. Down 15, trying to creep it closer.
And I'm assuming the Cabezas substitution was so that she doesn't play her entire time, so that she can come in next bolt if needed. There is a 12-minute time limit for the singles bolts per player.
Nothing wrong by Hammond there. I just think that's great tennis by Arconada. She's starting to heat up. Big forehand inside in. Good defense by Arconada. Hammond stays at the net, but good passing shot. There's the athleticism and the movement for Arconada that got her to all the Grand Slams.
Usha just gets around the court so quickly, especially for not being extremely tall. Oh, Amy O'Connell calls a timeout. She uses the little Jim Harp tactic there.
A lot on the night tonight with just the standings, but also these players, 3 of the best players in the league on the court right now. Sofia Cabezas, Usha Arconada, Jamie Connell. 2 of the top 6 right there on the Inferno, but it's the Outriders that are having a better performance so far. That's why it's a true team environment, and anything can change from night to night. Great start by Joao Xiolin and Corey Craig to throw themselves in the mix and say, hey, we can play at that level too. Outriders regrouping here. Look to come back out. Zoe Hammond from the University of Kentucky. SEC Scholar Athlete of the Year there. Going to bring that hard-working mindset to the Outriders. Still up by 13. Thanks a lot to the performance of Xiolin, Cabezas, and Craig. And now it's Hammond's turn. She's got to give him a heavy push. But Arconada is also playing well. This is a tough matchup.
The more Hammond can keep Arconada behind the baseline and try to attack but hit behind her, the better.
Arconada in position to take offense, just caught that one late, overhits it. It's a tricky shot with these floating balls, exactly where you want to be positioned. It's not as easy as it looks.
Good lefty serve, jams her into the forehand. Tries to set up the offense, but not big enough. That's what happens sometimes with Hammond. She has so much topspin on that forehand. Block shot by Arcanata, +2 the Inferno.
And what a good way for her to see it. Zoe Hammond was backing up. Uspe took that opportunity. Short drop shot. So smart.
And gives 1 point right back. Only one serve at Intense. Final 30 seconds of this first women's singles bowl. Right off the back line, great return, 15 seconds. Arcanata going to take her time as she looks up at the clock. Deep breath, tosses the ball. Goes up, good serve. Hammond tries to play offense. 6 seconds remaining. Is she going to try to rush it? Quick underhand serve, she's going to go for it. Gets it in, Hammond goes angle cross score, has the volley to the open court. Wow. And the underhand quick serve did not work. 2 points the other way. Just when you thought you had a lot of momentum for the Inferno, the Outriders on that final point, that +2, I think that's going to be really big. We'll find out. We're on the other side of this break. We're going to have the second women's singles bowl.
Time for you
to experience the greatness that is Intense. You want to know the rules?
Well, we got your rules right here.
Every team has 8 pros.
4 men,
4 women, and a coach leading the charge. An Intense match is called an arc.
Every arc is made up of 10-minute periods called bolts.
And there are 7 bolts in every arc.
Each arc has bolts of men's singles, women's singles, doubles, and mixed doubles.
Now for the serving rules.
1 toss, 1 serve, miss it, and the point's gone. There's also a 14-second shot clock between points.
And yes, we do play lets.
The only thing that can slow the pace down are the timeouts.
And there are rolling substitutions.
Scoring is simple. You win a rally, that's 1 point.
Plus the clean winner, that's 2 points.
The scores from every bolt are added up along the way.
And the team with the highest score at the end of the last bolt wins the arc and the cash.
And now the most important part of Intense, the super loud fans.
They want all the volume when it comes to supporting your favorite team.
So now you know the Intense rules.
So let's get this arc started.
Intense is brought to you by Solaris, founding partner and official focus and education partner of Intense. Back inside the Intense Arena, Outriders 61-48, as we get an opportunity to look at our center line athletic mic'd up moment and listen in to Coach Amy O'Connell.
What do you think we're waiting on?
I don't know, but is it the ref? I don't know if
I know that's him. I think Mel's the ref. What are we waiting on?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm not even. That's a great shot! That's a great shot, Corey! Way to work that point. Exactly right. Here we go, right here. Move her around, make some of those high balls, and then be ready to change direction when you get the right opportunity. Doing good. I'm just wanted to get you, kind of calm her down. All right, we still got 30 seconds, so let's hang here and not give up the timeout yet. Let them breathe.
Nice roll, go.
Zoe Hammond, 2 point on that last bullet to finish it off. 2 points once again to get things started. 4 points for the Outriders in against Naomi Chung on the near side. Inferno brought it closer with Arcanata. That final point might have been a big momentum killer as Chung's going to come in and overhits that forehand.
And Zoe Hammond's so good if she can hit that high, heavy forehand and sneak into the net. She's so good at the net. Try and use that more and more.
There she's trying to swing out on that forehand, misses it long. Good hit. That's some of the offense that we haven't seen her get to. It's nice to see her get a couple 2-point winners. That's definitely going to help her team out. Chung's going to try to help her team now, serving it up. Goes up on that high toss to the Hammond forehand. Just overspins that in the middle of the court. Got to find a way to let it go a little bit more. Trying to let it go, just hasn't found her range. I think as we look at the clock and Cabezas, I think what Hammond's done is just allowed Cabezas to get a nice break. And Cabezas, when she comes in, she might be able to finish off this bolt, and her team will still be in the lead at the same time. Could that be another volley winner? Another one. Third 2-point volley winner by Hammond.
And she actually caught that a little bit late. It's almost like she wasn't expecting it, but hey, luck was on her side there. So good. Look at that. Whoop.
Great hands in reaction there, up by 16. trading faults back and forth. Outriders, one of the best serving teams in the league. Inferno, one of the worst, but they've had a much better serving night as they've only had 7 faults so far. Off the net goes in. Here's that heavy topspin that pushes Chong all the way back. It's so high but heavy, it becomes an offensive shot.
And JY, it's interesting because I have a feeling we're going to see a lot more faults come closer to the end of this arc when pressure really starts kicking in. Been wrong before though, so
never.
Stay tuned.
We're going to see Brandy Walker come in for Zoe Hammond. It's going to be interesting. Cabezas could have played a lot of this ball. Brandy Walker going to come in. We've seen some great offense from Brandy Walker. You see a quick serve opportunity, but I think Chong served on the wrong side. A little bit of confusion, an important moment. Hammond had lost a couple points in a row. Brandy Walker's going to be coming in.
It's always hard coming in after you've been sitting for a while and serving cold, but what a good serve to start out with. Not quick enough though after that serve.
It's going to take a little bit for her to get warmed up. The scoreboard is in their favor. Brandy Walker has a lot of power. If she can get into a good rhythm, she can really put themselves in a great spot for Cabezas to come in. Chong helping out with some free points right now. Not what you want to give up when you have a cold player on the other side of the net.
Arconada has about 3 minutes and a little bit to play, and they're going to put her in now. They're going to have to take her out again, but I'm sure she's going to play her max time.
That power coming in from Walker. We've seen it on the serve and on the ground strokes. Couple unforced errors. Goes the Inferno way. Outriders still up by 15. Good serve out wide. Arconada even gets caught off guard with that power, but just an inconsistency from Walker right now. Got to imagine Cabezas is going to come in soon. Good neutralizing backhand. Just haven't seen Walker put in even 3 balls in a row so far.
Yeah, and it's interesting because she's still trying to hit every ball as hard as she can.
Just wild right now. She's trying to maintain calm in between points. I give her credit like that, but she doesn't look very locked in right now in a good rhythm. But when that ball's in place, she really goes for it. That's a good +1. Final 5 minutes. Cabezas can come in and finish this out. How much are they going to let Walker stay in here? He's just giving up a lot of free points. Doesn't even matter who's on the other side of the net, and there you go. Walker's not going to be happy with that performance. Arconada serve off the net. Cabezas going to get there. Passing shot down the line, +2.
And they're within 10, JY. It's getting a little close here. That little run from Brandy Walker, not really doing much, was kind of hurt the team there.
Going to come in, and how much pressure will this put on Cabezas now to maintain it? They had about an 18-point lead. Now it's down to 10. Arconada and Inferno gaining some momentum and confidence. She's going to have to fight that off right now, and this is not easy to come in. It's one thing when you're doing well and you're in rhythm and you're going up against a team that's not feeling great, but the roles have reversed. Even though the scoreboard is in their favor, Inferno are really trying to make a push right now.
Especially when Inferno has been so great in the doubles. It's dangerous territory to be within 10 going into the doubles.
Doubles coming up after this women's singles bolt. The Outriders going to want a 20-point lead to give them that cushion. They've been struggling to have some big wins there. They've lost some arcs because of the doubles. They want that cushion. Good slice down the line. So calm and patient. Look at the vision to say, whoa, don't go in. Let the ball come to you. Slice down the line. It's the intelligence and the vision of Cabezas right now. So on point.
One thing for Arconada, but now Naomi Chung, to notice is that when Cabezas hits a slice on that backhand side, most of the time she's going down the line. So Inferno needs to cheat that way a little bit.
Big overhead by Chung down by 11. 3 minutes remaining. Routine unforced error you don't often see from Cabezas. Inferno back within 10 one more time. Can they get it to within single digits? Ball's on the court, will be cleared. Chung's gonna toss it. Drop shot to try to bring her in. There was some space there, but now it's within single digits. Cabezas trying to get herself to stay calm, but the scoreboard is now moving in the opposite direction. Good serve one more time. Inferno doing a much better job of that tonight. Cabezas, a couple routine, 3-point unforced errors. It's not what you want to see from her. Very uncharacteristic. Final 2 minutes, and they're getting this into a place where before doubles is not what they wanted.
Definitely a different Cabezas than we've seen. Wow.
This is the pressure that you put her under. I think they should have put her in when they had a 15, 16-point lead. Yes, she would not have been able to finish the bolt, but maybe with the momentum they had, they could have got it to 24, 25. It would have been easier to put in somewhere else. Yeah. They put her in under pressure where she has to perform well. It's not easy to get a timeout.
Some of those back there deep, when you're coming up too soon, stay low. Over-exaggerate your legs right now. Longer point till you get your opportunity. When you get your opportunity, take it, tee off on the short ball or mix something up. But until then, work the point. Let's work that point a little more. Yeah. Okay?
She kept trying too much, even if you hit it in the middle third. Like,
yeah.
She doesn't want to hit a heavy ball.
Yeah. All right, so let's go.
Let's go, guys. Keep it up. Great plan. Let's go.
All right. So, hey, so these last, we got like a minute left from the bench, from the Outrider bench, over energy. Over directed totally towards Sophia. All right, let's go. All right, let's go.
What do you think about those comments?
The end is my favorite. Over energy. You are up by so much. Now it's getting a little close for your comfort. You gotta just fire it up from the bench.
Cabezas on the far side for the Outriders. Stays in. Naomi Chung as well. Goes all the way back. Cabezas has that short ball opportunity. Puts her on the run. Good open stance. Continues to move her corner to corner. And now she's going to calmly just reset the point. Too many routine unforced errors by the Outriders right now.
Seems like she's hesitating a lot, Cabezas. Feels like she's almost afraid to really swing. That'll help.
Final minute 15 before we get into the doubles action that the Inferno have excelled with. Anytime Connell's in there, either in men's doubles or mixed doubles, they can keep it close. They're going to be very happy with that. Cabezas, another unforced error. Outriders only down 6. Up 6. And Hammond is going to come in. Cabezas out. This is going to bring some confidence to Hammond that they will throw her in an important moment. She had all the +2s at the net earlier tonight. A lot of confidence O'Connell showing in her right now. That fault is going to give that point back. The final 30 seconds remaining. These 30 seconds are huge. A lot of momentum swings in the final 30 seconds of the previous ball. Let's see what happens here. Unforced errors both ways. 10 seconds. Last point. Just routine unforced errors by both players. Maria, coming in men's doubles now. What do you think so far?
Well, I'm not sure that I was crazy about the way that Amy O'Connell managed who was playing in the last 5 minutes. I wish that she would have put Cabezas in a little bit more. I think Cabezas was under a lot of pressure coming in after her teammates lost quite a bit of points there. So, but you never know. I mean, they need to pick it up in the doubles. They haven't played great doubles. Inferno has been awesome in the doubles. We'll see right when we get back. Stick around.
That
can be a bit dicey when you're picking players in different rounds, and the different rounds have different salaries associated with them. It can be tough.
What they've done so far in their tennis career is what has kind of earned them that draft pick.
I think that all these players know what they're getting. In essence, they signed up for it willingly. They're compensated well enough that they will agree to it. So it's their choice, really, to be here, or they could have gone and done something else.
There's expectations. There's a contract. You're a professional. So just like with any contract you sign, I have expectations of you.
Like Nadal says, the only point that matters is the next point. You have no time for BS. Just go to the next point. If you won the point, you forget and get ready for the next. If you lose the point, you forget and get to the next.
My mindset's going to be the entire time we're winning the championship. I'm not going to be preaching that all the time to the players because I don't want to create this pressure cook environment. But for me, every day that I step on the court, I'm looking at the championship team.
The 2025 Intense champions, Team Atlanta.
We all want to win, right? This is the goal. So we all have to work towards that goal. You know, that's how I operate. I'm very like, you gotta want to be here, and if you don't.
If you get picked in that first round, you're looking at a $40,000 salary. In that second round, you're going to earn a base of $34,000. Third round, $28,000. In the fourth round, you'll earn $14,000. But you also have to think about the $30,000 that you can get at the end of the season just from prize winnings.
The purpose of the CEO is to develop the staff. So if you're a highly paid player, part of that role is going to be helping to develop younger players or players who need a little bit more out of their game.
Back inside the Intense Arena, Outriders 79-72 as we're getting ready for all three doubles bolts. Jasmine caught up with Arconada on court.
All right, so the ladies were able to turn things around. What were you seeing out there?
We just wanted to take our time, develop points, get into the match again, and not force anything. Just go one point at a time and do what we do best, is fight and put our hearts out there.
And one thing that this team does best is close out in doubles. How are you guys going to be able to do that?
I think good communication. We all get along great, so our partnerships are great. And yeah, just good communication, fighting every point, and having fun, truly. That's all you can do is have fun and compete.
And when you say having fun, your coach is one person that brings the energy. What else has he been telling you in the huddles?
I mean, he just says that like champions shine on the court and in the right moments, and that's what we try to do. We try to show up every time we play and have fun with each other, compete, and show up as much as we can.
Perfect. Thanks, Arconada, and best of luck in doubles. JY.
All right, thank you, Jasmine, as we're getting ready for the men's doubles bolts. This is going to be a huge bolt for the Outriders. The Inferno know how good they can be anytime Connell's on the court, especially with mixed doubles, with a combination of him and Arconada. If they have it anywhere close, they're confident that they can win. But for the Outriders, getting it up to about an 18, 20-point lead earlier, and now it's down within 6. And it's within 6, and let's call it as it was, with some pretty bad tennis to get it to this point. They need a good start.
Yeah, that last bolt we saw was not great, especially at this point in the season where everyone's got a good amount of tennis under their belts. Wasn't the best. Outriders need to go into the last mixed doubles bolt up. If they're not up, I would be very concerned if I were them.
Up, and I would say up by more than 12.
Yeah.
Maybe even more than 15.
Yep.
Just because Connell, he has more +2s in doubles than he does in singles. He brings out an offensive mindset in doubles, and he completely transforms for the moment. And so he's a big-time doubles player and has had a lot of success with Baker and then Arconaut in doubles. So to start right now on the far side, Zhao Xiaolin, Joaquin Benoit in. They've been having trouble figuring out which pair with the balance of Menichel or Benoit. They've been trading off roster spots. This is a big moment right now as they're 1-2 on the scoreboard. And it's not uncommon for Connell to swing and miss big on some returns until he finds his rhythm.
What do you think about Benoit coming in for the first time? Bold.
Good forehand by Xiaolin. I think it's an interesting one. He hasn't got enough doubles action for us to truly understand where his level is here. Craig, I know the few minutes that he has played in men's doubles, he performed extremely well. So I think we're going to see a combination of both Craig and Benoit, unless Benoit just catches fire.
Marty loving how close to the net Blue Baker is. He's all over that net looking for that volley. Unfortunately, not helped, though, by Jamie Connell.
Serve into the net. Outriders 9-point lead. Good serve by Benoit. Stays back, but good return by Connell. And overspins it. We've seen so many shots tonight by Connell. Something just misses on the forehand side of the serve. Just tentative.
Yeah, I really would like to see him just swinging up a little bit more, maybe actually taking a little bit more risk. He takes a lot more risk in everything else, except for the serve.
Good return down the line, +2 for the Outriders.
Wow. That's exactly what they need right now.
I formation, Benoit signals. Gets down low in the middle of the court. Let's see where side he's gonna go to. Deep return middle, couple missed returns from Connell. Unforced errors plagued the Outriders in that final women's singles bolt. Now it's the Inferno giving up the unforced errors. Baker trying to get it on the rise, comes forward. Just a heavy shot, and that ball was going long. Benoit's vision told him to take it. He missed it, pays the price. Connell to serve. And a difficult serve to return against with this lefty kick. Benoit handles it just well off the net. Point for the Outriders.
Benoit feeling very comfortable with that high bouncing serve, just really taking it and going Mach 10 on it.
Great serve, point again, up by 13. Point back, and Connell with the quick sub out. Interesting. I mean, Connell hasn't had a great night. Ryan Gaskin, when he comes in, he's been that spark that sometimes the Inferno really need in doubles. Needed a little bit of momentum, a little bit of energy. Ryan's the guy to try to help pick you up, but Baker's faults are not going to help. Outriders still up 13.
And taking Jamie Connell out when he has been so dominant in the doubles. Maybe he just needed a couple more minutes just to really get loose and find that doubles he's really been playing.
Good serve by Xiaolin. Benoit moved a little bit too early off the racket. Point for the Inferno. A little bit of that cold shoulder serve. A little bit weak, a little soft. Benoit, great job getting it down low.
I don't know, we've seen a significant drop in level here within the last, like, 10 minutes.
Yeah, those first two men's singles bolts, really high level, consistent, solid play. Okay in that first women's singles bolt. And this is just a lot of sloppy play back and forth. Whoever can catch fire for about 2-3 minutes, they're going to really have a fun time with it. But let's see Xiaolin right there with the movement off the frame. Just gives it back. Uncomfortable. I think both these teams understand how important the win is tonight. They feel that stress. They just feel it. A lot of times, you know, you see it in golf a lot, you know, where, you know, the player next to you plays bad, so you play bad. But then if they play good, you step it up. I think we're seeing the impact, just everybody around just struggling and everybody just being off focus. We're going to redo the point right here.
Oh no, wrong server it seems like.
Inferno, just a lack of focus, mistake, wrong server, point for the Outriders. They maintain that 12-point double-digit lead. Off the net, goes in, right off the sideline. Inferno moving back, trying to jog, trying to create some energy. Looking at each other to confirm who's going to serve. It is Baker's serve. It shows it on the scoreboard. Down low, a little bit of I formation. Off-pace kick. Benoit comfortably goes down the line. Both Outriders coming to the net. Down the line, Baker. Point Inferno. See if Corey Craig's going to get any time in doubles. Thing is, neither Outrider players. Who do you actually sub out to put Craig in? I mean, neither one has really proven that they should stay in. So I think Connell's just going to let it ride out a little bit more, see how it plays out until she can have a clear decision. Big serve by Baker.
Wow, great serve. I think we've seen more of the Ciolin-Craig doubles pair than we've seen Benoit. But you're right, I don't know who would get subbed out.
Good move by Gaskin, gets that, plus Inferno. A huge come on to get them going. And Baker's gonna call a timeout himself.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I feel good. I just didn't want to. I like the way we're playing, and I just wanted just to calm everything down a little bit.
It's good. Good. James. Jamie. Hey, Ty, get Jamie.
Like on the line, like let them try and hit the big shot. We just keep taking care of our house. You know?
Just got to keep doing what you're doing.
I know.
Yeah. We got to stay active up there and get them to miss a few returns, which they have and which they're doing. Right? We've got good momentum. You're like 7. I think we're 7 back.
No, we're in a good spot.
We're in a really good spot.
We've got to sustain and keep
staying solid. Just keep playing like OG, real double.
If I switch it, I'm going to switch Jamie for blue for another look. Right? If I switch it. You stay hot, we stay in. Let's go, boys.
Marie, what do you think about the timeout and also the comments from Blue?
Well, I just think the timeout called by Blue is very risky considering you have this bolt, then another bolt, and then a mixed doubles bolt, and you now only have one more timeout, JY? I don't know. Maybe he really, really needed it, but it sounds like there was nothing. He just actually wanted to stop the momentum to continue the momentum?
Yeah, he said things were going well, so he wanted to stop it, continue it going. It's really odd. So we'll see how that works out. Outriders still up by 7. Ryan Gaskin to serve. Benoit returned down the line and mix up. That's going to be frustrating. I can understand Coach Harp's frustration. A ball was accidentally thrown at Gaskin. He wanted them to reset the shot clock. He forced a quick serve. The confusion now, 2 points the other way for the Outriders. Big forehand down the line. Let's see if he's going to use that to build up his momentum. Use some of that frustration. Turn that negative energy into positive here.
They're cutting that time very close, and too close because he rushed himself.
And here we see Corey Craig gets in for Joaquin Benoit. Zhao Xiaolin stays in. That awkward lefty serve, we've seen it from Connell. We've seen how players struggle against that serve in doubles. Now Corey Craig, the lefty. Inferno have to see some of that. No problem from Baker, +2 down the line. Wow, that's a quick sub. Benoit comes back in. That's really interesting.
Very interesting, and I'm not sure why that just happened, but looks like Jamie Connell is looking to come back in very soon as well.
This bolt has been all tied up, 18-18 in men's doubles. Outriders have made a little bit push. Inferno keeps fighting back. Heavy forehand right off the back line. And Connell's going to jump in for Gaskin. Gaskin wanted to stay in longer, won't get the opportunity.
I'd like to see a little bit more energy from both teams right now. We're getting close to the end of this arc. We only got 2 bolts down. to go. So everyone's looking a little quiet on the sideline.
A little bit flat. I don't know if they just didn't think that ball was going in. But now the Inferno have brought it to within 6. But compared to what we've seen with other teams and the energy that they've been bringing from the sidelines, a little bit quieter from both teams, definitely a different dynamic. But it's a minute and a half. It is an important minute and a half, especially for the Outriders that have struggled to put up some great doubles performances in big moments.
And another sub. We're going a lot of back and forth with Corey Craig and Joaquin Benoit.
There's a clear strategy behind this. We'll have to look back. +2 for Shiolene and the Outriders.
Yeah, guys, you speak of the quick subs by Coach O'Connell, and one thing that I asked her was how is she going to do against Inferno and doubles? She told me, quick subs. We've been competing at every arc. We've only lost by a few points, just minor adjustments.
Well, looks like some big adjustments and some big thoughts into these substitutions, going back and forth. Some of the most substitutions we've seen other than the freeze with Caruso and Raul Garcia. +2 winner by Joaquin on the bigger point. +2 right back for the Inferno. A reckless lob going at Connell. Final 20 seconds before women's doubles. Another great return by Shiolene. Now Craig, here's we're going to see that lefty matchup change up the pace. Give him a different look against Connell. Return just okay, so they do get rewarded by putting Craig in. Down the line, gets a touch, +1. And some of the biggest roars we've seen from the Outriders in that final minute and a half. That's the performance that they've been looking for. But Maria, do you think they can put on a little bit more as we get into women's doubles?
I think they need to put on a little bit more. Both teams need to bring a little bit more fire here. It's a little bit flat for where they're at right now, and we'll see in this women's bowl if the bench can bring more energy, and then we have mixed doubles as well. But we'll see you right when we get back.
Intense is brought to you by Emory Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of Intense. Welcome back inside the Intense Arena. Outriders versus the Infernos. We have women's doubles coming up tomorrow at 5 p.m. though. We got our doubleheaders. Carson Tonguig leading the Rise versus Delaney Hewitt in the Smash. And following at 7 p.m., Yusuf Rian for the Ridge. Fabrice Martin trying to lead the Rips to 2 wins in a row. The Ridge coming off their biggest blowout loss we've seen this season. Will have Sophie Chang back in the lineup. That's going to help them tremendously. But for tonight, Outriders 105-95 coming into women's doubles. Sofia Cabezas on the far side with Zoe Hammond and Uswe Arcanada and Naomi Chung on the near side.
And Naomi and Uswe have been very, very dominant in the doubles because both have been all over the net. They've been solid from the baseline, but both of them, especially Uswe, is not afraid at all to just jump in there at the net, and it makes a huge difference. Look at that.
Right at the net player, Hammond pops it up, +2. Very quick for the Inferno. Good move by Arcanada, had the +2, just caught it late. Saw that with the Rise and the Freeze a couple nights ago when Rise had so many opportunities on top of the net. We were wondering if he was going to come back to plague them. It did, as they lost by 1. We'll take a look back at that one later. But Chong, that's the way to get back. Cover it down the line, squeeze the middle. Lob to neutralize. Hammond's going to close hard. She poaches. +2.
That's what Zoe Hammond needs to look for all day long, especially with her height and wingspan. She needs to get extremely close to the net, take every single opportunity. Whoever is going to own the net is going to own this vault.
Big forehand right at Hammond, but she is ready. The basis with the lob to throw up Arcanata. She's going to go for that overhead. Did not bounce as high as she expected. Point for the Outriders, back up to 10. I think if you look at the sideline, you see Brandy Walker, no racket in her hand. You can bet that this is going to be a Hammond Cabeza show the whole time. And with net court winners like that, certainly going to make it a lot easier for Coach O'Connell. Full-on cross, but great vision by Cabezas to be there. She's going to try to get there one more time. Good touch to keep it with only 1. That effort's going to be huge later on. Cabezas using a lot in doubles tonight, and is setting up opportunity for Hammond to poach just an inch away from being a comfortable volley.
And to me, that's just more explosive of a first step. Right when you see it go up, you've got to take that.
Heavy forehand, not easy to volley. Chip coming in right at Hammond. Good close, missed it long. You wonder if that chip was the right shot. Could have hit that top pin over, been a little bit more aggressive. Inferno within 9 once again. They keep closing, but the door just keeps opening the other way for the Outriders. Now the run for the Inferno. Tough volley, just barely goes over the net. Big right at Hammond. Wow! +2 for the Inferno.
Great hands there from Arcanata, and she's so dominant because her reactions are just so quick.
The fault have plagued the Inferno earlier in the season and getting better each week, but that's a big one in an important moment. Thompson, that's going to drop in. You can think that beautiful lefty western forehand with the polyester strings to get that drop. Arcanata stunned at how fast that ball came in.
I thought that I think that they thought it was going out, and that's why they let it go.
Hammond moving forward, it's what you want to see from her, but just got the side of the rack instead of center of the string. She's frustrated. She does not like to miss those comfortable volleys.
She's in the right position. I think she's just not executing properly.
Once again, the serve fault. Point back to the Outriders. Arcanata coming in. Cabezas going to throw that lob. Risky off the frame.
No way.
It's going to be a +2 winner going into the Outriders bench. They could not get out of the way. And now the Inferno within 7 as Hammond had to make a choice. Do I knock my teammate's head off or try to go for the +1? Down the line, miscommunication. She crossed too early. And now the Inferno are within 5.
Timeout from Coach O'Connell.
And yes, a timeout. Right time to use it. Let's see if they can regroup and get things going back in the right direction.
just got to stick it. And that's the good news, is you're in the right position, and it's right there, and I don't want you to get caught up on where they are or anything. You just stick it right where it goes, just like in practice. You're getting what you want. Keep developing the point, driving it out front like we talked about, and anytime she is able to go high and it goes past them, that next ball, you better be looking, right? Anything you can do. I just kind of wanted to slow down their momentum.
Very least, just take a step, make a read, and attack the ball out of the air, squeeze. Pretty good lob, so we're going to watch out for that. But we've got good momentum now. You're building on it. You ready to go? Figure it out. You guys know what you've got to do. Just don't let them push you back, all right? Let's go.
Coach O'Connell kind of saying what I was saying is Hammond is in the right positions every time, and she's moving well. She's just not executing, and O'Connell was saying, just stick it. And I think that's great advice.
Inferno only down 5. They've been down by 20 earlier in the night, and the faults one more time. 17 faults on the night. That is a boatload of free points. Good down the line, a +2 for the Outriders. And once again, the success of O'Connell coming out of timeouts, shining through once again.
And we see a clear difference between how each team does after timeouts. Over and over again, the Outriders have been doing great after timeouts. That is not a great lob. While the Inferno has not been coming out of timeouts very well.
Swinging backhand volley winner. Not a great lob by Hammond. Inferno take advantage. Thompson right at Chong. Tough and volley long. Within 5 one more time. Under 4 minutes remaining. Who can move up in the standings tonight? Inferno trying to tie first place with 3-1. Outriders trying to go 2-2. Topspin lob once again. Hart mentioned it to look out for that lob. They love to use it, especially when they have both players go in. Point for the Outriders. Good inside-out return, getting it down low. That is tough. Good aggressive return. That's just tough to handle. I don't care who you are at the net. That forehand was huge.
Yep, that was just way too good.
Another fault.
And the thing about their faults is that they're missing because they're hitting it so softly. And that happens sometimes where you don't accelerate whatsoever. The ball can't go up and down.
Good slice serve out wide, sets up the volley opportunity. +2 Outriders. Good serve one more time. Cabezas there and ready. Arconada goes straight down the middle, and that's a mistake for Cabezas to cover the line instead of the middle. +2 for the Inferno. That's better acceleration on the serve. Great lob. Arconada will not get pushed back. Takes it on the rise, goes at Chung. Hammond ready. +2 again. The rack gets out of the hand. Are they going to go for the quick serve? They're going to stay calm. Miss an opportunity with Arconada, who is set to return over there. Racky was on the ground. The Outriders choose to stay calm, stay in rhythm. Arconada goes down to Hammond. +2 again.
And Hammond's just all over it.
Straight through the legs, and then for Hammond, so tough. Missed a lot of those volleys early in this bolt. Just getting better, staying up there, staying tough. Chung once again, but Cabezas is ready, swinging volley. +2 again. Now both teams are stepping it up.
Yep. Now this is the type of doubles bolt that we were hoping to see. But one thing I want to note is Hammond is doing so well at the net because Cabezas has started swinging a lot more freely.
Good lob. Chung's gonna get pushed all the way back down the line. What? And that's not committed. Hammond was just trying to figure out, do I go middle line? Overthought it. Got caught. +2 for the Inferno. I formation. Minute 15 before we finish off with mixed doubles. Cabezas, good acceleration down the line. Under a minute. Inferno calmly working up to the line. Tosses up, good acceleration. Cabezas throws the lob. Gonna get pushed all the way back. Gonna force that lob, and it's gonna go long. It's the one thing Coach Harp said, do not get pushed back. We saw a few points ago, Argonaut took it on the rise. Both times they've gone back, struggled since.
They have to take that on the rise. They have to, or in the air. I think if someone's lobbing so much, you gotta take everything out of the air.
Much better there, but Cabezas, how good is her lob right now? Both Outriders at the net. Chung misses that. Outriders up 9. Under 15 seconds. They will have to play one more point. Over hits down the line, and the Outriders gonna run that clock down, but they are not overly celebrating. They're up 10, but Maria, they know these next 10 minutes are gonna be huge.
Well, it was good for them to stay tough there because things got a little shaky for them, and they definitely had some sloppy mistakes, but way for them to pick it back up. And Inferno's looking very frustrated right now, and they're gonna have to bounce back very quickly for this mixed doubles. But they're still in. They've done so well in the mixed doubles. We'll see what Outriders can bring. Mixed doubles is coming right up.
Fire it up!
Unbelievable atmosphere out here. Boom! You a little nervous? You know, shaky mustachio, man!
It's fast, it's loud, and it's electric in here.
We got this! Outriders are stunned. Oh my gosh, what a night!
It's honestly the first time we played together, we killed it.
This is absolutely insane.
Intense tennis, baby. It's tennis. Turned up.
Welcome back to the Intense Arena. Outriders 131-121. It'll be a very important 10 minutes as we look at the standings for where these two teams and why tonight is so important. If you look at the East standings, two teams already 3-1. Inferno need to get up there because only the top two teams make the playoffs. For the Outriders to go 1-3, it's going to be very difficult for them to come back. They will still have a chance to make it, but they will have no room for error. The Inferno can get up there. That's going to help them big time because the Freeze are looking great in the Fortune with Roberto Cid, Victoria Rodriguez, and Jesse Flores, and then Rafael Lacassen. What they've been doing in mixed doubles, those two teams are going to be really tough to beat, and so you need everything in your favor. So these final 10 minutes, Inferno down 10. Outriders are just clinging on. Inferno have been far from their best tonight. Let's see if they can step it up now.
Again, what we're looking for here is just so much movement at the net. Cabezas looked so confident using those lobs. I'm sure she's going to use them much more, but it's going to be up to Ceoline to serve well. Same as Jamie O'Connell. Serve really well. Get your partner to move at the net. Exactly what we just saw from Team Inferno.
+2, and the amount of winners that have gone through the middle of the court, you know, always protect that middle, even if you get a racket on there. Down line, there's the middle. Cabezas, much better. Good volley point, Outriders. Good kick serve out wide. Ceoline with the poach volley winner. We saw how those heroics, his bravery to poach and have no fear, got them their first win of the season a few weeks ago. That's a great sign for the Outriders.
And again, energy, energy, energy. People should be running on the court from the bench right now.
Connell tries to poach, doesn't make it. Down the line is open. Arconada will cover. Ceoline tries to move. Both players trying to do a little bit too much. Their partners helped, but it couldn't help enough. Point Inferno. It's Arconada's 6th fault of the night. kick serve. Wow, that thing jumped up.
And that truly is so tough to return when you're getting that serve from a guy as a girl. We never really get those serves that really bounce on us so much. So, feel you, girl.
Connor going right at Cabezas, but she's ready. At least this time she gets a racket on it, only +1. Connor's gonna serve quick. Above the shoulder, but Cabezas is able to get it down this time. And that's a heavy forehand. Tough back-to-back shots by Connor. Down the line, right at Cabezas. You can see the clear game plan. Connell's at the baseline, Cabezas at the net. He's going right at her.
Cabezas gotta have her racket out and always moving forward. As scary as it might be when someone's just absolutely ripping at you, you gotta always step forward.
Is this an opportunity for them to play 2 back? And actually, you see Cabezas going back, so we'll see if this is gonna work out for them. Connell now does not have a target at the net. Goes cross court, wide.
Ooh. That was almost electric.
Down the line, that ball was going out. Shielding plays it anyway. They're in the rally, swinging volley. That is a tough swinging volley, so close to the net, +2.
7 points, 7 minutes.
Connell signals there that he wants to poach. Good lob by Cabezas. This time Arconada does take it on the rise. Straight through the middle of the court. Cabezas' lob is on point tonight. Jolene tries to squeeze the middle, but then Connell put himself in a tough position. Cabezas, too much pressure there. Just too easy of a poach, and you see Jolene off his back foot on all of those shots, overly spinning them. We'd love to see his weight get a little bit more forward and flatten it out as the Outriders call a timeout.
Yeah. Hey, I still think we stick to the same things with the cross as much as you can. That high ball to her, you look to move, and he's coming. You know, anytime he's got that ball, he's coming right to you. Yeah. And you got to either stand strong, or if he's up playing the net and you want to move back, you can. Just talk to him. But you know it's going right at you to block. Just like in that drill when Brandy's teeing off at you, it's going right here every time. All right. Yep. Yep. Point.
know you guys got it.
Yep. You go.
Head of team, let's keep this rolling and let's get this done, yeah? Nice and loud every point. 1, 2, 3, fire!
Inferno down 5, Arconada, Connell on the near side. They've been fighting the whole night to stay in it. And this hit lob is going to go wide. Within 4. Smallest deficit we've seen in a long time.
Sheesh. This is definitely getting too close for comfort for the Outriders.
Good poach and move. Cabezas +2.
Wow. Unexpected, but unexpectedly amazing.
There's the move. That's what you've been calling for, Maria, last night, tonight. Whoever moves the most will win the battle. Connell decides to go cross-court this time instead of right at Cabezas. Returning the net. Outriders up by 7 again. Arconada going way back. Cabezas choosing not to poach there. Big down the line.
That hit his body. That hit his body. It absolutely hit his body.
I don't know. That's,
oh my God, if that was racket, that was insane.
That's too tough to really call right there, but then Connell just gives the fault back.
Wow, crazy good hands from Connell if he got that. Wow.
Inferno with over 20 faults tonight. Down 6, that is killer. Under 5 minutes. Good volley again by Cabezas. Up by 7. I want to see another post by Cabezas right now. Hold and then go. Hold, go. Well, block won't matter. Ciolin takes on right. There he is, getting his way a little bit forward, taking on the rise, flattening it out.
Right move there by Connell, unlucky.
Getting it down low.
I wouldn't mind Cabezas actually starting a little farther back in the box and then stepping forward when that ball is coming at her. I like those swinging volleys, though, by Connell. That's what you should be doing when someone's lobbing you so much.
Gosh, Cabezas' lobs have been so good all night. They've been able to reset. Ciolin at the net, over the net. Gets over. Arconada was there. And Ciolin was he was waving his arms and tried to distract. I think he thought he had a winner and just left that wide open.
Oh, my goodness. What wheels from Arconada to get that and hit a winner. Wow.
Goes wide. Inferno back within 4. Heavy Thompson to Connell. Cabezas stays back, drills it right at him. Couldn't even get out of the way. We're now within 3. 3 minutes remaining. We're going to see a poach here from Arconada. She decides no. There she gets the poach. Ciolin is ready, redirects. Connell's going to get there. Down the line rally. Arconada poaches. Ciolin is ready as well. +2.
Arconada in a full split trying to get that ball back.
Coach Harp will use his final timeout.
Let's go, let's go. Stay with them for now. They're within 5. And I don't want to change it. We've got a good, I mean, they're coming back. They're right there. Called the timeout. The next thing will have to be a substitution, though.
But you tell me I'm ready to go.
I know.
Correct. Yes.
Are you serving?
Yeah.
If you want to like serve and switch, that's also fine. I just want to be in the foreign side.
All right, sit down.
Ciolin, Cabezas in on the far side. Connell, Arconada continue on the near side, and the Outriders just continue to find themselves in nail biters.
Looking like Coach O'Connell used that timeout just to have Cabezas and Ciolin kind of make a game plan for themselves, while Jim Harp kind of just used it as a breather.
Ciolin
my
trying
goodness.
to play aggressive, but good backhand down the line. That professional instinct to understand that net person wanted to take it. +2 Inferno, up 3. Connell with the poach, overswung. He had that on his racket. Just too easy and just took his eye off of it. Cabezas going back on the serve here. Looks to be a smart play as they continue to get in this rally. Heavy Thompson ball, too heavy to force it, unforced there. Under 2 minutes. Will the Outriders be 2-2 after this, or will the Inferno, after giving up more than 20 faults tonight, will they find themselves tied for first place? They're not helping themselves with their serves. Huge forehand by Connell going right at Ciolin. He's ready and he goes again.
Wow. Arconada did touch it. It was only 1 point.
Again through the middle. Inferno have found so many winners through the center of the court. I haven't seen one go straight down the line.
And that's when you want them to just actually, both of them try to go for it. Both of the Outriders, even if they hit each other's rackets, Because that's what happens. You get too close and score. You're 2 points now, 2-point difference, and you get tight, and you're not swinging.
Under a minute off the net's going to go over, and it's going to be a service winner. +2. Inferno has tied it up. We play Let's at Intense. Great serve by Arcanata. Xiaolin, great return. That's going to go over. Overhead winner, 2 points the other way.
What an insane ball by Xiaolin there. Heavy ball.
30 seconds remaining. They will go 2 back on Xiaolin's serve. Connell does not have a net person to target. Good kick serve up to the forehand. Spins it to Cabezas. Big through the middle. Cabezas covers. Great lob one more time. Off the back line. On the line again. The problem is the clock is going to be running out. Arcanata goes with the move. It's going to be with the touch. This is going to be the final point. And it goes for the lob. They need to play this. They need to go for the winner. They need to go for the winner to tie it up. And she slaps it. She scored his knife. She read the point. What an intelligent play by Cabezas. Inferno needed 2. And Outriders, they do not give them their chance. They throw that ball out of the stadium. And with the intense format, the intelligence of Cabezas, no +2 winner to get the Outriders to have the victory tonight. And we look at the prize money, powered by Payment Labs, $9,000. That is the best forehand miss you will ever see in the sport of tennis.
I don't have words. I literally cannot find words. I can't believe how smart that was from Cabezas to do that.
Only at Intense will that ever happen. With our rules, with our format, Inferno down 2 going into the last point. They thought they had more time to play, and the point dragged on and dragged on and dragged on. And the wherewithal of Cabezas to look out of the peripherals and see the scoreboard. The clock is out. Do not even put the ball in play. Take the 1-point loss and secure your win. We talked about it at the beginning of the night, how these players are now using the rules to their advantage. And what a perfect example right there.
I mean, and that just shows why she's been one of the top players in the league, not only in her tennis, but the way that she just knew exactly how to play based on the situation. I was just sitting here, I had no idea that was even a possibility, because you never see that. And so for her to be under that much pressure, 0 time on the clock, 2-point difference, and know exactly what to do, Sofia Cabezas, that is very impressive.
A huge night, and it all got started thanks to Zhao Xiaolin. He's the Solaris lock-in plays of the night. Did a great job in men's singles. The way he got things going in his movement, and then his doubles at the net with the way he was poaching is incredible. And here's the part where I'm excited, is that we get to listen to Sofia Cabezas with Jasmine. We got to hear more about that final point.
That final point was crazy. The place exploded. Can you walk me through that one?
Oh my God, that last point, I knew that the time was running out, and I was just like, stay in it, don't give them a 2-pointer. And once I heard the sound, I was just like, yes, I knew. I just threw the ball out because I knew it was ours. It was good.
And how are you able to close it out under pressure?
Honestly, I think it was a team effort. I thank my teammates today because I didn't feel great on court. I've been playing well, but today I wasn't feeling my best. And they kept saying, like, hey, no, you're good. Like, just trust yourself, and that's what I did at the end. Yeah.
And what does a performance like this say about this Outriders team?
That we're just dogs. We're just dogs. We're here to compete. We're here to, like, make 1,000 balls in the court and make people crazy.
Perfect. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
A very happy Sofia Cabezas, and what a moment, that final point. That is going to go down in Intense history, where they just, the understanding that Inferno needed a +2, gave up the point, secured the win. We'll be back right after this with a full recap. back inside the Intense Arena to recap just an insane moment. 1-point win for the Outriders, 150 to 149, Maria. I mean, only here at Intense with the rules and the format.
My brain exploded, and it still hasn't come back together. But Sofia Cabezas, after being the second best player in the league and actually not having a great night, just showed how good she is by just knowing what to do in that moment, not giving the Inferno a 2-point chance, just hitting it out of the stadium. You never see anything like that in tennis ever, but you do see it here at Intense.
Yeah, it was absolutely incredible. But now let's take a look at the standings to see what it means, because the Outriders are going to move to 2-2, Inferno 2-2. And so the Inferno missed out on that opportunity to tie for first place. Outriders keep themselves in the running. Only top 2 teams in the conference will move on to the playoffs. So as we come back tomorrow, we could have a doubleheader at 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. J.Y. Abone, Maria Mateas, Jasmine McCoy, and the entire production crew, thank you. We'll see you all tomorrow night.
Hey. Yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. Oh. I've been wanting this forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Okay.